Yeah, we practice the tell, show, do, review method. We tell them how to clean by going over the procedures that are written down in their apps for easy access at any time.
Yeah, and then we show them what those specific methods are by modeling what it looks like to clean in our system. Our system's called the hygienic cleaning method.
Then they demonstrate that they know by doing the cleaning procedures themselves, which is such an important part.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cleaning Indie podcast, brought to you by American Facility Care. I'm your host, Tom Moore, and this is our co-host, Sarah Moore, and we like to talk about all things facility and building related. Are you a facilities director or property manager, or even the point person in charge of your building? If so, then this podcast is for you. Well, how's everyone's day going? I hope it's going pretty well. You know, we recently just came out of the Thanksgiving holiday season. And I have a question for you, Sarah. What is one physical item in the cleaning world that you're thankful for that makes the job easier?
That's a tough one because I really like our vacuums, but I think I'm going to go with my first love affair. The microfiber cloth.
The microfiber cloth.
It's versatile. It really does such a good job at dusting and cleaning. And when you clean toilets with it, it works so well. So I think I'm going to do microfiber towel. What about you?
Yeah, I think maybe you pulled that from last episode. You really talked those up a lot. I actually talked about the Swiffer because they don't dust quite as well as the microfiber towel, but they do get in and out of items on your bookshelves or your customers' bookshelves really well. And so I'm gonna pick that item. Well, today we're gonna look at this question, this topic. What makes us different than the competition?
I want our audience to think if they've ever had this problem before. The way your company communicates with the cleaner in your building is by writing notes or possibly complaints down in a physical notebook. But someone keeps misplacing the notebook. That'd be awful. And it's not consistently used as it should be. Or the cleaner initials off each night, but the area he signed off wasn't really cleaned properly.
Yeah. Has this ever happened in your building before? What makes us different from the competition? We're going to get into it. We're just going to look at two ways today. And that's number one, our cleaners use apps, not logbooks. Logbooks go way back, 4,500 years ago.
Good night. Were they like etching it into stone back then?
Almost. According to history.com, in 2013, a joint team of French and Egyptian archaeologists, they discovered a remarkable find in a cave. Hundreds of inscribed papyrus. There you go. Papyrus fragments. So not quite stone. They were the oldest ever discovered, and they were unearthed in Egypt. So the ancient texts they discovered included a logbook from the 27th year of the reign of the pharaoh Khufu. And that described the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And then also among the papyri were accounting documents very similar to modern day ledgers. The ancient financial balance sheets, they record revenues transferred from various Egyptian provinces in red and payments for food and wages in black. So the documents indicate the highly efficient administrative system during Khufu's reign. 4,500 years old, Sarah.
That's crazy. And I was totally right about the etching it into stone. So I feel really smart. Industries still use paper logbooks, if you can believe it. Industries like healthcare, maintenance, construction, bookkeepers, and more.
Yeah, I started using a logbook when I worked for a janitorial company in the 90s. That's depending on your age. Yeah, could be a long time ago, could not be a long time ago, but that's... So obviously
he was writing in stone on the cave walls in the 90s.
Not in the 90s. We were saving things on floppy disk drives. So I don't know if that dates yet. But yeah, so what you do is you check off each area or room cleaned. You list any problems and then you write your initials in the old fashioned logbook with pen and paper.
Well, this is kind of problematic for the janitorial industry because if there's a problem, no one will address it until at least the next day. Apps allow for us to communicate and for that communication to happen instantaneously instead of the next day.
Yeah, just this week, we learned in an interview of an applicant still using pen and paper at their previous cleaning company just this month as well.
Imagine your cleaning company giving you an app And within that app, you can see all the inspections that the cleaning company has done, the scope of work that your cleaners have to do, and you see the trends of certain areas where maybe they're struggling or areas where they may be just excelling, and you can communicate to them within that app. You can also submit work order tickets that initiate specialty cleanings such as carpets or hardwood floors getting cleaned and your windows. What would that be worth to you?
Yeah. So what makes us different from the competition is not only our apps, but also number 2, we're going to look at our training program. So we pulled over 700 facility managers and asked them what their number 1 problem was with their current cleaning company. And Sarah, do you know what they said?
They said it was a lack of training. Studies show that when workers are properly trained, they care more about their job and are more likely to take ownership and care more about their work. And I was telling Tom about a time just this last week, actually Friday, I walked in her building to do an inspection and it literally sparkled. It was beautiful. And I went back to her janitorial closet to get something that I normally do to make the load a little lighter on the cleaners. And when I got there, she'd already done it. And I asked her why, and she said, I just saw it there that it needed to be done. And I thought, what's the point in you coming here and doing it when I can do it myself? Now, I walked around that building and she is making it gorgeous and getting everything done. But she took the initiative to go above and beyond her own work. And that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think conversely, every company has had an employee that refused to learn and they refuse to take ownership, and they usually don't last long. So we can tell if our new hires have that desire to learn by having them practice on our office, not yours.
Yeah, we practice the tell, show, do, review method. We tell them how to clean by going over the procedures that are written down in their apps for easy access at any time.
Yeah, and then we show them what those specific methods are by modeling what it looks like to clean in our system. Our system's called the hygienic cleaning method.
Then they demonstrate that they know by doing the cleaning procedures themselves, which is such an important part. According to MaestroLearning.com, research demonstrates that having a do and review stage is really important. In fact, failure to include these final stages into your learning likely won't create the meaningful change you're aiming for, even if learners think it did. Without a do or review stage, learners might think they've grasped the concept when they actually haven't. I think we've all done that, where we get something explained to us. If you have children, this happens all the time. You explain a task to them and they're like, I know, I got it. And then you like walk in the room and they're trying to cut an apple with like a fork. You know, they're doing something crazy and you're like, how can you not know? It's so important to make sure that you go through the do and review.
Yeah, this is called the illusion of explanatory depth, which occurs when people feel that they understand a complex topic or concept better than they actually do. It's only when learners put their learning into practice that they realize they know less than what they thought they did. So this reinforcement method is important for your cleaning company to execute when training their cleaners.
So the final thoughts. We have found that while it's important to have a standard for training by using consistent method like tell, show, do, review method, every person consumes knowledge at a different pace.
Yeah, we've had some workers with previous experience who you could tell someone really good trained them. And then we've also had some others who are brand new to the professional cleaning world and they have a little bit longer learning curve. But sometimes it's the ones with no formal training that are best for us to train. That way, they're not bringing any wrong habits with them that they have to unlearn.
Yeah, it's important that your cleaning company uses both relevant technology, such as apps and different things like that, as well as good training methods. And most importantly, is consistent in using both so that you reap the benefit.
All right. If you're liking what you're hearing, leave us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether it's on Apple, Google, or Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.
And if you'd like to learn more, visit our website at cleaningindy.com.
Thanks so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time.